Hello guys, today let's discuss one GATE 2021 Set 1 question on the subject Theory of Computation. So here is a question. Suppose that L1 is a regular language and L2 is a context-free language. Which one of the following languages is not necessarily context-free? And here is the given operations. Among these operations, we need to choose one correct option which is not leading to context-free language. Now, before solving this question, we need to learn few basic points. Let's discuss what is Chomsky hierarchy of languages. So, this is called Chomsky hierarchy of languages and these are called the languages. One is regular language, DCFL, that is deterministic context-free language, CFL, context-free language, CSL, context-sensitive language, RCL, recursive language, REL, recursive enumerable language. So, by solving any kind of question, we can easily solve by keeping one basic points, that is subset and superset property. Now, let's see what is subset superset property. If subset must be superset, that is, if a language belongs to a subset, then it must be superset. For example, if a language belongs to a regular language, then that language also belongs to DCFL, that language also belongs to CFL, that language also belongs to CSL, that language also belongs to RCL and REL. The next point, every superset may or may not be subset. That is, for suppose if a language belongs to CFL, then that language may or may not be belongs to regular language. The next point, if not subset, then may or may not be superset. That is, if a language is not belonging to regular language, then that language may or may not be the superset. That is, it may or may not be the DCFL language, it may or may not be the CFL language, it may or may not be the CSL and so on. And the next fourth property, if not subset, then not superset. That is, if it is not CFL, then it must not be regular language. That is, if a language does not belonging to the CFL language, then the language must not belong to the regular language also. So, these are the four key points to be remembered so that we can solve any kind of question regarding Chomsky hierarchy of languages. Before solving the question, we need to learn few closure properties. Since the question is given on regular and context-free language, I am discussing only the properties based on regular and context-free language. Here we need to know what is closure. It is nothing but if suppose there are some languages which belongs to some class and by applying some operations, that is some properties like union, intersection or difference or complementation on those languages, the resulting language should also belong to the same class. This is called as closure. Then we can say that a particular language is closed under that property. So, in the regular language, we can say that regular language is closed under all properties. That is, regular language is closed under union, intersection, complement, concatenation, difference, clean closure, reverse, homomorphism, substitution and so on, like inverse homomorphism and all. And CFL, I am here mentioning CFL which are not closed under the properties. That is, CFL are not closed under intersection, complement, difference and quotient, and for the remaining properties CFL are closed. Like say, CFL are closed under union, CFL are closed under concatenation, CFL are closed under clean closure, CFLs are closed under reverse, CFL are closed under homomorphism, CFL are closed under substitution. But CFL are not closed under intersection, complement, difference, quotient. That is, if suppose a language, two languages are performing operations at intersection, then the resulting language, it may or may not result in a context-free language. So we say that that particular language, that CFL is not closed under that intersection property. One major important point to remember is any language intersected with regular language gives the same language. That is, if for suppose I am taking a language that is CFL. If we intersect this CFL language with regular language, then the resulting language will be CFL. So that is the property. See, any language, if we intersect with regular language, then the resulting language will be definitely the given language. So this, it also follows like if CFL is intersected with RL, then the resulting language is CSL. If DCFL is intersected with RL, this gives DCFL. And if RCL intersected with RL, and this gives RCL. And if REL intersected with RL, it gives REL. So these are all the key points to be remembered so that we can solve any kind of question regarding the Chomsky hierarchy of language and the closure properties. Now let's move to the question. So now the first option is L1 intersection L2, and it is given that L1 is a regular language, L2 is a context-free language. Now they said that we need to find what is L1 intersection L2. Now only I discussed the key point, that is any language which is intersected with regular language gives the language itself. So now this is CFL and this is RL. If RL intersected with CFL, then what is the resulting grammar? It is the CFL language. So the answer is CFL. But in the question they asked which is not CFL, which is not resulting the CFL. So option 1A, that is 1, is not correct. Now let's see second one. It is said that L1 union L2. Now what is L1? It is regular language. And what is L2? It is CFL. We know that according to Chomsky hierarchy of languages, so we can write a regular language as CFL language, and this L2 is also a CFL language. Now it is performing union between two languages which are CFL. We discussed the closure property that CFLs are closed under union. So this resulting grammar will be definitely a CFL. So this is resulting a CFL. So this is not our given option. Now the third one, it is said that L1 minus L2. This is the difference. So what is L1? Here it is regular language, and what is L2? It is CFL. And according to Chomsky hierarchy, if a language belongs to RL, then definitely that language belongs to the superset property, that is it also belongs to CFL. So we can write L1 also as CFL. Now it is performing difference with this L2, which is also a CFL. Now I discussed the key point of closure property that CFL are not closed under intersection, complement and difference and quotient. So now CFL are not closed under difference. The resulting grammar, the resulting language is not CFL. So this is not CFL. So maybe this is the correct option what we are searching for. But let's also solve option 4. It is said that L1 into L2. That is, it is forming L1 concatenation into L2. Now, what is L1? L1 is regular language, and what is L2? It is CFL. And again to the Chomsky hierarchy of languages, RL, regular language, is also can be written as CFL. Since if a language is a subset, then it also belongs to a superset. So RL is a subset and here CFL is a superset. And this L2 is also a CFL. It is performing nation. So the resulting grammar is also CFL, since CFL are closed under union, concatenation, clean closure, reverse, homomorphism, as we discussed before. So the resulting language is also CFL. So the answer of fourth option is CFL. Now according to the question, which is resulting in non-context free language, is the third option. So this is our answer. I hope you understood this concept, and thank you for listening. Thank you.